benvenuti nel nuovo episodio di Final Fantasy XVI. Ragazzi, nella scorsa puntata, oh, meravigliosa, abbiamo affrontato Kupka, bellissimo, però ovviamente ci hanno lasciato sospesi, perché effettivamente ci sono ancora delle cose in sospeso, abbiamo subito un bel po' di danni, però in qualche modo siamo riusciti ad affrontarlo, ma è scappato, cioè è stato, diciamo, supportato da qualcuno e quindi è stato salvato da altre persone. Soprattutto da una persona abbastanza ignota, da un ragazzino che è riuscito tipo a sollevarlo e portarlo via. E che spero veramente di far chiarezza su questa persona misteriosa che andremo a vedere tra poco. Bellissimo comunque come sta procedendo il tutto, quindi proprio io sono molto contenta. Ovviamente darò i miei giudizi, quelli proprio seri, alla fine del game, perché è giusto così. Prima ci vediamo tutto e dopo alla fine diamo le nostre conclusioni, valutazioni e insomma tenetevi le critiche perché sono importanti, perché poi al termine della serie andrò a fare anche in base alle vostre critiche, andrò a fare un video per quanto riguarda la recensione di Final Fantasy, senza spoiler ovviamente, perché perché è giusto proporlo anche alle persone che in qualche modo sono indecise di prendere questo Final Fantasy e che comunque è sempre buono fare un recap di tutto. Allora, ok. Effettivamente lo scontro l'abbiamo avuto qui a Rosalia e quindi adesso andiamo al rifugio che vediamo da farsi perché effettivamente la situazione non è rosea per niente.
Just look at the state of you. You're more of a wreck than this place. Is this what you call taking better care of yourself? No more excuses, your ladyship. I order you to rest. Fine. I'll rest.
Don't worry, Gav. She's in good hands.
But we should have never let her fall into Hugo's. Back when he had some like. The question is, where is he now?
And what the hell were those royalists doing there?
I was wondering about that all the way home.
Otto may have heard something. I'll talk to him.
And I'll talk to Tomes.
The lawsman. About what?
About your faithful hound for a start. If any four-legged friend's ever done that before, I'm betting Tomes will have read about it. But what I want to know is, what happens afterwards? It's all well and good Torgal saving our arses, but if it costs him what it cost Jill...
Right. Let me know if you learn anything.
Cane leggendario.
And you do the same, eh?
Jill. Listen to Taya.
I will. Thank you.
Che carini, baciatevi, vi prego. Niente, non avrò la mia fortuna su questa cosa qua. Fulmine al cielo sereno. Il potere della terra. Quindi noi abbiamo preso il potere del titano, ragazzi. No, bellissimo. Più che altro vorrei capire come mai Clive riesce a fare questa cosa. Mi sarà sfuggita questa informazione, ma spero di prenderla. Cioè, insomma, prenderla in atto. Clive ha rivendicato una parte dell'essenza dell'icon titano. Sintonizzarsi con titano non solo cambia l'aspetto elementare degli incantesimi di Clive, ma permette anche di accedere a diverse abilità, degli icon, come pugno possente, che ha un colpo singolo e aumenta la potenza che viene, insomma, quando viene caricato. Quindi ottima questa cosa. Vabbè, i dettagli li vediamo in menu abilità. Ottimo. Vediamo un attimo com'è. Allora, parata titanica può essere usato per respingere la maggior parte degli attacchi in arrivo. Guarda che roba. Utilizzando quadrato subito dopo una parata precisa con il giusto tempismo, Ti eseguirà un colpo devastante. Interessante questa cosa. Allora, parliamo con lui. Con 8. Sempre 8 di riferimento,
Otto, is now a good time?
It's not a bad one. How's Jill doing?
She's been better. Ty is making sure she gets the rest she needs.
Good.
Any word on Kupka's movements?
Vivian's doing what she can to try and track him, but she's feeding on scraps. We've sent ours out to the curse breakers and their other friends in the west, asking them to keep their eyes peeled for anything unusual. No leads yet, but it's only a matter of time.
All right. Let me know when you find something.
There he is. All right, Clive. Still busy saving the world.
Mid. When did you get back?
Carina sta ragazza.
What about your studies?
Adjourned. Since Hugo Kupka invaded Rosaria. All the canvas in uproar about it. He's gone mad. He's turned rogue. It'll be us next. You try concentrating with all of that.
All right, you win.
How long will you be staying this time?
Dunno. A while, most likely. Any road, while I'm here, I was hoping you could do us a favour.
Mid. You can't just expect me to...
Please, oblige her. While we are busy tracking down Kupka, you should have a little time to spare.
Professor! Now there's a face I haven't seen in a while. Shouldn't you have it buried in a dusty old tome?
Che simpatica.
Till a familiar trill pricked my ears. As ever, your exuberance is a breath of fresh air, which successfully scattered the painstakingly assembled fragments of my thoughts.
Ecco.
I'll take that as a compliment. Well, Clive, you heard the professor. So, I'll meet you in the storeroom when you're done.
Chi è sta ragazza? Mid.
Breath of fresh air?
Oh.
Bloody tempest, more like.
Oi, Otto, you got my gill?
Huh? What are you on about?
My fee for bringing Mid across. She said you were paying.
That little...
Ecco qua. Ah, è la ragazza combina guai.
What storeroom was it? I wonder what Mid's plotting.
Vabbè, andiamo a seguire sta ragazza. Cosa ci combina? Eccoti qua.
You
Mid.
took your time.
I'm a busy man, Mid.
I'll get to the point then. I want to turn the room down there into a workshop like the one I had at Dad's place.
Mid, you've only just come back.
And I've been thinking about it for a while. Dad said I had a knack for engineering. Told me everything he knew about it. Then sent me off to Canva to learn everything he didn't. That was his dream for me. That one day I'd put my studies to use.
Ma
for the good of the
scusami,
cause.
lei è la figlia di Sid?
But I'm helping no one stuck at school. I've studied enough. It's time I put my knack to work. I know that I can help the people here, and I want to do it.
Well. If Sid could see you now.
No, è sua
I'll tell
figlia.
Otto you'll be staying.
I knew you'd say yes.
Ma è la figlia di Benedicta e, il...
Me?
No.
Who else?
What
Io
do you
sono
want me to
sconvolta.
do?
First things first, I need equipment and materials to start making my own. There's the design to the stuff I need, and the stuff it needs smithing from. The other materials I can work myself. Just need a generous benefactor
Sì.
to lay them on for me. Apart from the wood, I'll need a carpenter for that, but I can just borrow yours.
Is that everything?
For now. I'll let you know if I need out else.
Missione accettata. È una missione da fare, quindi bisogna farla.
Where to start? Materials and tools. That means Karen and Blackthorn.
Allora. Dobbiamo andare a parlare di là. Sì, al mercato praticamente. Raga, lei è la figlia di Benedicta e Sid. Ma pensate che storia. Cioè io tipo sono sconvolta della cosa. Perché effettivamente Otto ha detto è come un uragano, vento. E poi lui dice Sid sarebbe fiero di te. Papà. Ah, vabbè, è pazzesco.
Was wondering where you got to. Mid's back from Canva. Have you seen her?
Just now. She's planning to set up a workshop in the stores and ask me to buy her some materials. Here's the list.
Ah, pure. Vai, conferma.
Think you can find everything on there?
This lot. Wouldn't be much of a trader if I couldn't.
Excellent.
It's paid 100 times over by what that girl's done for us. If it weren't for her filters, we'd have naught to drink but blight water, and that would have drained the life out of us long ago.
Indeed it would.
I'll send the stuff on to Mid when it comes in.
Ottimo.
Thank you, Karen.
Cara, che gentile la signora. Adesso andiamo dal fabbro.
Blackthorn, you busy?
What's it look like?
I have a commission for you. From Mid. She requires certain tools.
Set di dotazione.
Do you think you can make them?
Bloody hell. What's she planning to build with this stuff? An airship? I'll see what I can do. Till I'll bring them over when I'm done.
My thanks. And Mid's, no doubt.
Bene. Adesso dobbiamo ritornare da lei,
That just
penso.
leaves the carpenter.
No,
Let's see if Bardolph's available.
il carpentiere mi serve. Trova giù? Vediamo. Andiamo giù. Ok. Qua. Vediamo lui.
How do, Master Sid?
Bardolph. Mid's, so naturally I thought of you.
Well, I'd love, but I'm afraid I got my hands full just keeping this place afloat. I'd gladly spare Mid all the time I... It don't have to be me, though, does it? What about that other fella? You know, the one who...
That's right. I'll ask Martha if she can...
Quindi dobbiamo spostarci di nuovo. Possiamo provare anche a parlare con lei.
Clive.
Ah,
I don't mind.
thank you.
Keep fo-
I'll-
Fatto? Trova Bernard vicino alle rovine di Cressida. Ok.
Hi. If it ain't the lad who saved my life. What brings you to a place like this?
You do, Bernard. Martha said I might find you here. I have a proposition for you.
Oh, do you now? Building a workshop, you say? Well, that beats tacking boards to bridges, sure enough. Ah,
That's the spirit.
I couldn't ask a favor, though, could I? Before we go?
Of course.
Che piacere vuole? Oh cielo.
Well, that there is Cressida, where I grew up. Ain't much left of it now, though. Except my parents' graves. But I came up here hoping to visit. I even patched up the bridge to get across. Only to find the place crawling with fiends.
E quindi devo eliminarli, giusto?
But you're a dab hand when it comes to dealing with beasts and...
It's the least I can do.
Ok. Andiamo ad aiutare lui. Cressida. Mi piace il nome, Cressida.
This shouldn't
Oh,
take
sono
long.
anche belli alti questi. Fuori fino a un certo punto. Facciamo questo. E ho preso un bel range, quindi ci può stare. Oh no. Questo non doveva capitare. Via con lei, ottimo. Benissimo, via con questa, adesso lo faccio fuori. Bella combo questa. Madonna, raga. Via. È morto, raga. Ma dai, ma l'ho veramente preso e crepato malissimo sto qui. Cioè, proprio mi ha visto e mi ha detto sta qua mi ammazza. Più che altro non so perché mi danno così. Cioè, con una pozione ho tirato. Vabbè. Per capire come mai perché di sta cosa.
That should do it.
Boh, abbiamo fatto la
You
nostra
made short
missione.
work of that lot. Thank you, son. Now,
How long is it?
oh, people started packing their things after the duchy fell. Between the Blight and the Imperials, you just couldn't make ends meet. Must be nigh on a decade since the last wagon left. Though it may as well have been a century, looking at the place.
No,
Sorry.
poverino.
Ah, don't be. Can't live in the past. As soon as I'm done saying it, I'll meet you there.
Ottimo. Ti darei una mano, vero? Perché Mid è una ragazza un po' particolare. Beh, è la figlia di Sid. Cosa vogliamo fare?
That should take care of Mid's little
Parla
list.
con Mid. Ok, quindi adesso dobbiamo ritornare al rifugio, definitivamente. Ha un botto di capelli.
You've all done then?
I am. I've played.
That's brilliant. Thanks, Clyde.
Is there?
Nope. Blackthorn and Lady Karen have already sent over everything I asked for, and I've got all my plans drawn up. So as soon as Bernard gets here, we can get to work. I can't wait.
Che carina. Bellissima. Soffio della terra.
That's my good deed for the day done. Let's see how Jill's
Oh,
faring.
bacio. Dimmi che vi date un bacio. Andiamo a vedere come sta Jill.
Ah, Clive.
Talia, how's Jill?
Recovering, but she still needs her rest.
Of course. Take good care of her, won't you?
I'll do my best. Oh, Gav was looking for you. He said he had something to show you in the shelves.
The shelves. Oh, that's right. He went to ask Hippocrates about Torgor. He must have found something.
Oh, raga. Voglio vedere su Torgal cosa diranno adesso. Dov'è? È qui. Ciao, amore mio.
I'm feeling a lot better, thanks to Talia's remedies. But she insists I rest.
Tesoro. Ti sbaciucchio tutta. Fa ridere la cosa.
Yeah. What's everyone whispering about?
Ok.
Jill looked white as a sheet.
Ecco qua.
Clive, where have you been? I've been wanting to ask you something about Torgal. Where did you get him,
Poverino.
like, in the first place?
My father brought him back from one of his expeditions into the Northern Territories. They were crossing a snowfield when they heard his cries, and, seeing no sign of his pack, they took him in.
What do you reckon, Torms?
It certainly adds weight to the theory. Clive, I believe that Torgal may be no mere hound,
Raro lupo di
but a rare
ghiacci.
frostwolf, an animal native to the far northern reaches of Valisthea. In one of our oldest bestiaries, I found reference to a frostwolf who served as guardian to an ancient queen of the north. Such was his mastery over ether, he could cast magics on command. His name was Fenrir.
Fenrir the Frostwolf.
Che carino, amore mio.
The annals do not state it explicitly, but I have reason to believe this queen was a dominant of Shiva, a girl from the Northern Territories and her faithful hound. One awakens as the dominant of Shiva, and the other...
You're saying that Jill granted Torgal his powers?
What?
Just like Fenrir. People called him my hound, but Torgal and Jill were inseparable. He grew up as a faithful companion to the dominant of Shiva, and years later, his powers awakened, just when his master needed him the most.
You're right. If it weren't for Torgal blasting those bastards...
Che meraviglia sta cosa, raghi.
Jill would have been for it.
Quite. Though Torgal's power is his own, his latent birthright as a frostwolf, it had only to be unlocked.
Oh, get you, Torgal.
You're an even finer hound than we thought.
Che carino! No, lo voglio,
Regarding
raga.
your
Compratevelo,
original
vi prego.
You need not fear for Torgal's health. Why, the beast has the appetite of a behemoth. Just this very morn, I found him with his nose buried in my nuts.
There you are! I've been looking everywhere for you. Bernard's here. I need you to introduce us so we can get to work.
I shall be a moment.
Ma sta qua a bussare. Pazzesco. Qualche tempo dopo hanno costruito questo laboratorio finalmente. Sì. Bello. Molto carino.
Isn't it brilliant?
It is.
Well, I couldn't have done it without you. You and everyone else. But I promise I'll pay you back. I'm gonna work my fingers to the bone for you lot. Starting right now. Just you wait. I'll make wonders like this world's never seen.
Sono stracuriosa di vedere cosa realizzerà.
Now that that's settled, I wonder if Vivian's made any progress tracking down Kupka.
Andiamo, va, perché è la cosa più importante attualmente. Sapere dov'è questo bestione.
I think I'll wait till mid's away to take it to
Vediamo. Quindi Torgal, ragazzi, è il lupo dei ghiacci. È bellissimo questo. Vivian, hai qualcosa da
How
dirci?
goes the hunt for Kupka?
Vai.
Largely in circles. We have myriad sightings of strange soldiers in unexpected places, but nothing definitive as yet. If only we knew for certain by what route he left Rosalith.
Well, keep at it. If anyone can piece this puzzle together, it's you. And I'm willing to wait as long as it takes.
Siamo là a fissarla.
What? Here?
Would that be a problem?
Do you know, Clive? I believe it a mercy that you didn't inherit your father's throne. Your poor people would
You have nothing to worry about on that front.
Clive, have you got a minute?
Che è successo?
Have a guest.
Un ospite? Tipo tutti quanti, un ospite? Chi?
For your trouble. It was a pleasure.
Suo zio!
Uncle Byron? Clive, my boy! Tap a cask and stoke the ovens, for your favorite uncle is here!
No, vabbè, in che senso? Cioè lui si è tipo autoinvitato al rifugio. Oh, raga, nel frattempo. No, raga, cos'è questa cosa? Sponde gemelle, Sacro Impero di Sunbreak. Vabbè, vediamo un attimo. Nuova Sacra Capitale. Sala delle udienze.
Sues for peace. How shall we respond?
If they're willing to accept their fault in the matter, I see no reason to refuse them.
Still, we must insist on substantial reparations. Twinside stores are not as bottomless as reported.
Aye, and we have many more mouths to feed. We shall just have to have the Dalmex empty their treasuries for us.
Of course, none of this would have been possible without your timely intervention, Prince Olivier.
Indeed, I doubt any of us would have had the courage to trade words with the mighty Titan.
Che stronza lei, mamma mia, ragazzi.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you, Your Highness.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
Very good.
Now, let us come to the question of precisely when the Dalmex will withdraw their troops.
Dion's fire could rid us of them in mere moments. The men of the Fist will not withdraw until a peace treaty is concluded. So let us keep the negotiations open, give them time to gather what gold and trinkets they can, and once they deliver that which we demand, what worth is a piece of parchment?
Your Radiance, were Prince Dion to take the field, the enemy would surely send their own dominant to meet him. And while His Highness would of course prevail, there would be heavy losses on both.
You need not fear Hugo.
Ragionano con I piedi.
He is engaged on the Western Front. Even were the Dalmex to send for him, he would not arrive in time. As much as I would enjoy witnessing a clash between Bahamut and Titan, it is not to be.
And what of your subjects, Your Radiance?
Ma Bahamut è morto. Cioè, ce
If
l'abbiamo
the
noi.
fighting spread to the city proper, the
E soprattutto
people
anche noi
would
abbiamo la
bear the
roba del
brunt of it.
titano. Ok. Però non lo
There
sanno.
will be losses, it is true. Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred.
Lui è pericolosissimo.
For every home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on. Dion?
Yes, sire.
Ma è tipo un fiore calmante? Aspetta.
Prepare for battle.
But sire...
Do not make me repeat myself. Return to your camp and await my orders.
If that is your wish, your radiance, I shall depart at once.
Lui è un po' contrario, però. Non eseguirà gli ordini per me.
What do the astrologers augur?
The stars are in agreement, Your Radiance. The shadow of treachery hangs over Prince Dion.
Aia, 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 aia.
So Annabella's tales were true. You disappoint me, Dion.
Ma dai, ma come fa a accettare tuo figlio a questa situazione di merda in cui tu stai ficcando tutti proprio? Dai, andiamo a festeggiare con lo zio intanto. È laggiù che mi sta aspettando, ma zio, ma perché ti autoinviti così? Ok. Dai, andiamo a dargli un caloroso benvenuto. Come lui lo ha dato a noi a Porto Isolde, quindi... ci sta alla fine. Tutti sorpresi.
Ah, my dear nephew, how I've missed you.
How did you find this place, Uncle?
Infatti.
Through the good offices of young Sir Wade. He really is the most helpful fellow. As are you, I hear. The Guardians and those they freed tell the most outlandish tales of your heroics in Rosalith. Which is why I came, to learn the full truth of the matter. Sort the fact from the fiction, so to speak.
You were working with the Guardians of the Flame to evacuate the people of Rosalith to Port Isolde.
I was, aye.
Then I have questions for you. Please, come inside, Uncle.
Gladly. You there? There are 2,000 gold talents in those chests. See that they're added to my nephew's coffers, would you?
2,000?
Sto malissimo! Che faccia ha fatto? 1,000. Lo zio.
I'm afraid that is all I know.
Lo zio ci vizia.
A fleet sailing south past Port Isolde. Most intriguing.
Forgive me for not being able to tell you more. I hadn't the faintest idea Kopko withdrew wounded from Rosalith. Still less that my own nephew dealt the decisive blow.
What do you think, Vivian?
I think, with this news of the Dalmekian fleet and recent reports of the Royalists' movements, that the final piece of the puzzle has fallen into place. Come here and I'll show you.
Sì, il racconto di storia. Quello che ci piace. Lo amo, io amo sto pezzo.
It is known that Kupka's forces entered Rosaria via its unguarded coast. So can the same be said of your visitors from Waloed? Certainly her royal navy is famed for the efficiency with which it bears her knights from one battlefield to the next. And in the Ein Herja, or Black Galleon, she boasts a vessel nigh as swift and every bit as feared as the kingdom's legendary cavalry. A fitting flagship for a land apart, her naval presence being crucial to her ambitions beyond Ash. Yes, it seems safe to assume that the Royalists did indeed enter Rosaria from the sea. So then, had you a vested interest in Titan's survival, whither would you take him? Why, home to Drake's Fang, a place rich enough in ether to conjure the magics needed to mend his hurts. But would that not entail an arduous voyage around the southern cape? Let us say that the Royalists did put ashore with a mind to spirit Kupka away from under your very nose. Could that truly have been their plan for him? To load him aboard one of the ships flying Republican colors sighted off the coast near Port Isolde. To spend weeks at sea, being tossed hither and yon by unforgiving waves, his life hanging in the balance. No. The journey would mean Titan's death, and Kupka's faithful creatures would not allow it. So what then was the plan of our Waluda friends? Reports suggest they made not for the coast, but for the desert. And by cutting through the Velcroy, a party traveling light would have Titan back in his bed days before a galley could lurch into port.
Giusto.
To wit, it was the Royalists, not the Republicans, who effected Hugo Kupka's safe retreat. I would stake your life on it.
Quindi noi dovremmo riuscire a praticamente bloccare.
So it was the Waludas who spirited the wretch away. Now I think about it, there was something a little strange about the ships I saw. The men seemed almost crestfallen, as if in mourning, as if they believed, or were made to believe, that their master was dead.
You have a keen mind, Lord Rosfield. And you have your answer. To find Kupka, you have merely to follow the Royalist trail across the Velcroy. It may well have gone cold by now, but as they say in the Republic, all roads lead to Drake's Fang.
Allow me to accompany you part of the way.
Ma è sicuro?
As luck would have it, I had intended to journey Canverward on business after visiting you here. The Fang would be but a short detour.
I'd be glad of the company. Give me a moment to make ready. I need to tell my friends what we've learned.
Very well, but be quick about.
Ma Jill verrà con noi? Bella domanda. Noi siamo contenti che però che c'è lui. Ciao Andrea, come stai? Bene.
Otto, Kupka's at Drake's Fang. I'll be leaving before sunset.
You're not going in there alone, are you?
Don't worry. I'm not going there to destroy the Mother Crystal. All I'm after is Kupka's head. I won't risk any more than I have to. I promise.
The Lancer and the Fang are all Kupka's personal fiefdom. You have any trouble on the way, you ask for Rosina Dalamil. Some call her the Desert Hare.
Who is she?
An old associate of Sid's, and only Sid's. All I know is the name, and that they used to meet at the Dalamil Inn. We've heard nothing from her since he died. But I'm thinking maybe the new Sid might be able to bring her back into the fold.
Thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
So, what about your uncle? I mean, he's welcome to stay, but...
Don't look so worried. He'll be coming with me.
Thank fuck for that.
Non vedeva l'ora di
I'm leaving you two
sbarazzarsene.
in charge.
You can count on us.
Ok. Allora, forse Jill rimarrà qui comunque a riposare. Zio, andiamo.
All right, Uncle.
We shall.
Amo. La Kupka e gli altri dovrebbero essere qui. Questa è la testa di drago. Siccome è una parte importante a livello di trama, il prossimo episodio sarà incentrato, secondo me, sul deserto del Velcroy.